Acts 21. Covenant tension reaches a visible breaking point. Warning is given. Submission is chosen. Accusation erupts. Violence ignites. Testimony continues. Hebrew structure governs clearly: warned, to resolved, to received, to accused, to seized, to rescued, to prepared to speak. Acts 21, resolved to suffer, falsely accused, preserved for testimony. Yehovah, anchor our will in yours. Prepare us for misunderstanding. Preserve us when accusation rises. Yehovah, Magen. Yehovah, our shield, protector in the midst of hostility. Yehovah, Magen. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Holy, holy, holy. Please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach Kodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed, the Aleph and Tav's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity, echad, with himself, and you shall act upon your love, ahava, to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts, mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, hey, vav, hey. Hen, behold, now, behold. Acts chapter 21. After we had torn ourselves away from the Ephesian leaders, we set sail and made straight run to Kos. The next day went to Rhodes, and from there Patara. On finding a ship that was crossing over to Phoenicia, we embarked and set sail. After sighting Cyprus, we passed it on the left, sailed to Syria, and landed in Zor, because that was where the ship was unloading its cargo. Having searched out the Talmudim, disciples there, we remained for a week, guided by the Spirit. They told Shaul not to go up to Jerusalem, but when the week was over, we left to continue our journey. All of them, with their wives and children, accompanied us until we were outside the town. Kneeling on the beach and praying, we said goodbye to each other. Then we boarded the ship, and they returned home. When the voyage from Zor was over, we arrived in Ptolemais. There we greeted the brothers and stayed with them overnight. The following day we left and came to Caesarea, where we went to the home of Philip, the proclaimer of the good news, one of the 7, and stayed with him. He had 4 unmarried daughters with the gift of prophecy. While we were staying there, the prophet named Agav came down from Yehuda to visit us. He took Shaul's belt, tied up his own hands and feet, and said, "Here is what the Ruach HaKodesh says. The man who owns this belt, the Judeans in Jerusalem, will tie him up just like this and hand him over to the nations." When we heard this, both we and the people there begged him not to go up to Jerusalem. But Shaul answered, "What are you doing, crying and trying to weaken my resolve? I am prepared not only to be tied up, but to even die in Jerusalem for the name of the Master, Yeshua, the Aleph and the Tav." And when he would not be convinced, he said, "May the Master's will be done," and kept quiet. So at the end of our stay, we packed and went up to Jerusalem, and with us went some of the Talmudim, disciples, from Caesarea. They brought us to the home of the man to whom we were to stay, Mnason, from Cyprus, who had been a Talmud, disciples, since the early years. In Jerusalem, the brothers received us warmly. The next day, Shaul and the rest of us went to see Yaakov, and the elders were present. After greeting them, Shaul described in detail each of the things God had done among the Gentiles, the nations, through his efforts. On hearing it, they praised God, but they also said to him, "You see, brother, how many tens of thousands of believers there are among the Judeans, and there are also zealots for the Torah. Now what they have been told about you is that you are teaching all the Jews living among the nations to apostatize from Moshe, telling them not to have Brit Milah, circumcision, for their sons, and not to follow the traditions. What then is to be done? They will certainly hear that you have come, so do what we tell you. We have 4 men who are under a vow. Take them with you, be purified with them, and pay the expenses connected with having their heads shaved. Then everyone will know that there is nothing of these rumors that they have heard about you, but that, on the contrary, you yourself stay in line and keep the Torah. However, in regard to the nations who have come to trust in Yeshua, the Aleph and the Tav, we are joined in writing them a letter with our decision that they should abstain from what has been sacrificed to idols, from blood, from what is strangled, and from fornication. The next day Shaul took the men, purified himself along with them, and entered the temple to give notice of when the period of purification would be finished, and offering what have to be made for each of them. The 7 days were almost up when some unbelieving Jews from the province of Asia saw him in the temple, stirred up some of the crowd, and grabbed him. "Men of Israel, help," they shouted. "This is the man who goes everywhere teaching everyone things against the people, against the Torah, and against this place. And now he has even brought some of the people from the nations into the temple and defiled this holy place. They had previously seen Trophimus from Ephesus in the city with him, and assumed that Shaul had brought him into the temple. The whole city, was aroused, and the people came running from all over. They seized Shaul and dragged him out of the temple, and at once the gates were shut. But while they were attempting to kill him, word reached to the commander of the Roman battalion that all of Jerusalem was in turmoil. Immediately, he took officers and soldiers and charged down upon them. As soon as they saw the commander, they quit beating Shaul. Then the commander came up, arrested him, and ordered him to be tied up with the 2 chains. He asked who he was and what he had done. Everyone in the crowd shouted something different, so since he couldn't find out what had happened because of the uproar, he ordered him to be brought to the barracks. When Shaul got to the steps, he actually had to be carried by the soldiers because the mob was so wild. The crowd kept following and screaming, "Kill him!" And Shaul was about to be brought into the barracks. He said to the commander, "It is all right if I say something to you?" The commander said, "You know Greek? Say, aren't you an Egyptian who tried to start a revolution a while back and led 4,000 armed terrorists out into the desert?" Shaul said, "I am a Jew from Tarshish in Sicilia, a citizen of an important city, and I ask your permission to let me speak to the people." Having received permission, Shaul stood on the steps and mentioned with his hands to the people. When they finally became still, he addressed them in Hebrew. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Ratzon, will or purpose, alignment with divine intention despite personal cost. Tanakh spine. None explicitly cited, yet covenant tension is clear. Paul is warned repeatedly that suffering awaits in Jerusalem. He responds, "The will of the master will be done." Submission replaces self-preservation. Chapter flow. Paul sails toward Jerusalem despite warnings. Disciples plead with him not to go. Agabus binds his hands with Paul's belt, prophesying arrest. Paul declares readiness not only to be bound, but to die. He arrives in Jerusalem, elders receive him. Reports circulate that he teaches against Torah. To demonstrate respect for the law, Paul joins purification rites. Jews from Asia stir up the crowd. He is accused for bringing Greeks into the temple. The crowd seizes him and attempts to kill him. Roman soldiers intervene. Paul requests permission to address the crowd. Warning: to obedience, to misunderstanding, to violence, to preservation. Core theme. Acts 21 reveals that obedience may lead directly into suffering. Faithfulness does not eliminate accusation. Purity of intent does not prevent distortion. Yehovah shields purpose even when crowds rage. Paul does not avoid Jerusalem, he walks toward it. How can we learn to love Yehovah with our heart, soul, mind, and strength? We can love Yehovah by submitting to His will, even when it includes hardship. Love Yehovah by remaining faithful under false accusation. Love Yehovah by valuing obedience above safety. How can we learn to love our neighbors as we love ourselves? And as Yeshua loves us, clarify misunderstandings with humility. Refuse retaliation under accusation. Speak calmly when crowds grow hostile. How can we bear one another's burdens? Pray honestly before hard obedience. Stand near those facing legal or social hostility. Encourage resolve when fear rises. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found in this chapter? 1. Courage, omets, walking toward known suffering. 2. Submission, kaniah, yielding to divine will. 3. Steadfastness, amada, remaining firm amid chaos. What is the Mitzvah response, Torah-Based? Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. You shall love Yehovah your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Command. We will choose obedience to Yehovah's will above personal preservation. What is the Hebrew declaration? Yehovah magen, tan, lenu, le'asot, ritzo necha, kazech, lebenu, bi sha'at, sachana, vi shamrenu, le'odot, amitit. Yehovah, our shield, give us strength to do your will, strengthen our hearts in danger, and preserve us for faithful testimony. What is the one-sentence summary? Obedience chosen, accusation rises, purpose preserved. Now, after having read the chapter and going over it, here are some heart-piercing questions. Are we willing to walk toward hardship if Yehovah wills it? Another. How do we respond to distorted accusations? Another. Do we equate safety with obedience? Another. Are we prepared for misunderstanding from our own community? Another. Where must we surrender control? Another. Is our testimony calm under pressure? Lastly, what Jerusalem are we avoiding? We'll end with the Arianic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he'll provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you, set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shalom, shalom.